YouTube doesn't allow claims about COVID-19 vaccinations that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the World Health Organization, WHO. Coins in the United States use primarily nickel, copper, zinc, and other non-magnetic metals. Keys in the United States tend to avoid using magnetic metals as well. Let's see if I can find my prop. Here we are. These are the keys on my key ring. Random selection. No magnetic field. The claim that this or the coins will stick to something because of magnetic fields is easily checked by seeing if they stick to a magnet. Penny, quarter, nickel. Here's our magnet again. I mean, I'm just going to do this. You can do this at home. This is a tin or steel Altoids tin. It's probably steel. Okay, that was a fridge magnet. Coinage metals list includes a lot of metals that are considered semi-precious or precious. A person named Sherri Tenpenny makes a lot of claims about lots of stuff. She's an activist and truther and conspiracy theorist, which means she is willing to lie to make a point and get something done. Activists do not care about facts. Truthers always lie. Anybody claiming to be a patriot is very likely to overthrow your government. They're not patriots. They're insurrectionists at best, traitors at worst. YouTube does not allow claims about COVID-19 vaccinations that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the World Health Organization, WHO. The easiest way for them to implement this rule is to simply state that if you are not a local health authority, an expert, somebody learned in the position and willing to prove it, or a member of the World Health Organization, if you make a comment on the subject, you are subject to having your video restricted by saying, this video may contain medical misinformation. It's a non-expert presenting an opinion or a statement concerning health concerns. This should be universal across everything. There are videos on YouTube about black salve that you won't flag. Our team has reviewed waptek's content and think it violates our medical misinformation policy. And instead of putting up a little thing saying, this video may be wrong, because they also say, if we're wrong about this flagging, but they're not questioning it, they just take down the video. Due to community guideline strikes, you're not allowed to post any content of any kind. So shutting me up, even though you acknowledge it might be a mistake, or you might have made a mistake. We've removed the following content from YouTube, and the video had a title, Redacted due to YouTube Purge 2022. The video's probably older than that. Much older, probably. And this happened May 13th, 2023. YouTube flagged me for debunking osteopath Sherri Tenpenny for being wrong about how magnets work. Let's start with first principles. The claim she made is that if you could get a metal object to stick to your face, it was magnetism. That's obviously wrong. The examples given by her and other people were coins and keys. Again, on purpose, seemingly picking common objects that won't stick to a magnet. Was this a noble lie done by an activist, truther, patriot, fake Christian, fake patriot? Or was it a dare for you to hit the chip on my shoulder by pointing out that everybody knows that this doesn't work that way? Well, it's not magnetic field, it's some mysterious force. What is this done for? Why do people lie about things easily checked like this? If you question their authority, they punish you into submission. You will say 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4, it equals 5. Because if you don't, you're not in the group. This has nothing to do with convincing people who are smart. Or would find a magnet and test it on a penny. Or a dime, or a quarter, or a nickel. It has nothing to do with facts. This is cultism. Or, she wasn't lying. Because, again, I'm saying that's a lie if it's cultism. Or osteopath Sherri Tenpenny didn't know how to find a magnet and test what she thought. Or it was never about magnetic fields. It's mysterious shit. Or Sherri Tenpenny is simply incompetent. Why was my video flagged for medical misinformation when it debunked medical misinformation? Previous years, some people have noted, including on InServe, that anytime my channel got up to a certain number of subscribers, it would immediately get flagged. That's partially true, but the origin story for it's different. Once you get beyond a certain number of viewers, your channel can blow up with one video or any video. A certain number of views, it can definitely do so. If, however, it reaches that point, you will normally in the past get an offer through the email to be part of a YouTube partner program with some company that says they'll protect you from flagging. And then when, not if, like I did, you say no to that, you get flagged all of a sudden. Now it's just automatically you're flagged. YouTube Purge 2022 was happening, and I renamed a bunch of videos because YouTube was using the title and descriptions of the videos to flag my channel. They also flagged a video for being blank or a broken upload as being medical misinformation. And I want to point out the World Health Organization now states that we're no longer in the middle of a crisis. I don't know how valid that is. I'm not questioning it. I just don't know the answer. There's a presumption here that I'm guilty of something, and it's deliberate, and I deserve to be shut up for the entire channel, and it could have been a mistake, which they acknowledge, and even their mistake. The next thing is, both the channels they're flagging, they're going to flag this channel too. You know it. Because it's not about flagging me for medical misinformation. I don't believe that anymore. If they're willing to flag a blank video that has zero length, a black screen, no audio, as medical misinformation, when it didn't even have a title except the time and date stamp, they're willing to flag you for shit that isn't real. Okay? It's not a real complaint. Shutting me up so I can't communicate. By the way, coincidentally, I did a video complaining about how they shouldn't be paid for YouTube Premium because they still put ads up. Okay? So, what do we take away from this? It's YouTube Purge and they're looking for excuses. Next, I pointed out to them they flagged a video where I'm debunking a conspiracy theory. Now I'm going to bring up the last point. I'm not bringing up the literal hundreds of times I've been flagged and they've had to acknowledge, in some cases by typing out, we acknowledge we made a mistake. Most of the time they don't acknowledge it. I want to bring up the fact that they made a channel, muted it, shut me up on a channel they've repeatedly flagged and found out they were wrong for flagging over and over again. Has there ever been a valid flagging? They have one. April 1st, they said it's still a legitimate flagging, but they're not going to take my channel down for it because they're being generous. And it was a video that was zero length, a black screen with no audio. Yeah, that's the one. That's the April 1st one. Yes, they flagged me on April Fool's Day. That's literally something they did X number of years ago. It's still there. They won't remove it. And I want to point out when they did the YouTube Heroes program, literally over 9,000 volunteers, in some cases that were infiltrators, they let people not only flag things, they'd let them mass flag channels, and more importantly, they'd let them flag channels and get paid attaboys for it. They wouldn't give them money, but they would give them extra power if they flagged more channels. Gamifying, punishing people. How to solve this? The video offends thee? Smite it, not me. Again, 1 in 1,000 videos shouldn't result in me being shut up. It should be that video being taken offline and then evaluated by a human. Or they could say, do you acknowledge this contains medical misinformation? Let's say I did that by accident. The video's old. I didn't know what I was talking about. You're free to remove it, but you could just put up the warning saying, I made a mistake. I can also change the title and the description say, disregard this video. It has a medical mistake in it. They don't do that. Also, they're still charging money for you to watch some anti-vax propaganda documentaries that are dressed up slightly better. And they let people make money putting up gore and violence, but they shut you down for saying fuck. And again, me pointing out that AdBlock still works on YouTube, that made them angry yesterday. That's why, probably, right? Again, YouTube is notorious for lying about the reason they're flagging a video. If it wasn't medical misinformation, well, it's hate speech. What? You're looking for excuses to flag people. Because I specifically say I don't want you monetizing any of my videos. I'm not making you money, I'm dead weight. But again, they could solve this. They could just change the policy to say, unless you're a medical professional and are willing to prove it to us, We don't want you covering medical subjects. That would get rid of the liars who put up black salve videos. That would get rid of all the conspiracy theorists, period, full stop, for most of this shit. That would get rid of the chemtrailers because they're claiming medical outcomes for something they don't know about. But complaining that I'm wrong and not an expert in being able to put coin to magnet doesn't fucking fly. So again, this is an easily solved problem that YouTube created for a specific outcome. To shut people up, otherwise they wouldn't just be shutting me up. They didn't take down any of the other videos. And by the way, at one time, they wouldn't take down the video, it'd stay up with no warning, but they'd still shut you up. So it has nothing to do with other than denying free speech. This is the reason we call it a free speech subject. If they were just saying, the video has to be removed because we suspect it of being misinformation about really anything, honestly, at this point, that's fine. And they could say, we're going to have a human review it. Do you want to give input? Yes, I'm debunking Sherri Tenpenny, not about vaccines, but about her not knowing what the fuck a magnet does. Yes, the icon for the video will be ICP with her face on it. Magnets, how the fuck do they work? That's going to be the video thumbnail, because that's appropriate. And again, they might flag me for this, because I dared talk about a subject I don't know about. Magnets and coins and keys. Again, I wasn't attacking her for being an anti-vaxxer, because that's obvious. I'm attacking her for being a nitwit who didn't take out a magnet and test her theory. And why wouldn't a magnet stick to your head too? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. Let's bring it up. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm testing out alternatives to YouTube. Let's sneak this in. ugetube. Yes, it's an actual website called ugetube. They're going to flag me immediately for being liberal. They say so. This isn't the first rodeo I've been the clown of. Or the geek. Next one is newtube.app. User waptek. I already set it up. It doesn't like MP3 audio for some reason. I got to figure out how to appease them. I don't want to, but I'll try. But anyway, if you want to go there, you can watch me moving my mouth and no sound because they chose to make sure that the audio didn't resolve. If it had a problem with the audio file, why didn't you just tell me that before the upload finished? Anyway, it's posted. And I'm looking for any other websites besides Odyssey, Rumble, and BitChute that will mirror my YouTube channel. By the way, BitChute eventually got back to me and said, "Oh, hey, we're mirroring your videos again." You know, a year and a half after I requested they fix the problem. Again, if you're trying to be a competitor to YouTube, don't suck more than they do. Or in the case of ugetube, if you're talking about being an alternative to YouTube, don't act like the Nazis they're trying to ban. And on YouTube, at least, well, on YouTube, yeah, they had that sound file thing. On YouTube, they offer you annoying password rules that I can't make heads or tails of, and I'm a computer geek. Anyway, for $5 a month, you can get newtube to let you have limits removed, and they're not getting a dime out of me either. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that, and let's see how long it takes for this channel to get flagged.